Good afternoon. I am Karen Cassidy, Assistant Commissioner and Treasurer of the Department of Finance for the City of New York. I represent the New York City Commissioner of Finance on the Banking Commission. I would like to start by introducing the other members of the Banking Commission. Mayor de Blasio's representative, Deputy Mayor of Operations, Laura Anglin.
Thank you.
And Comptroller Stringer's representative, Assistant Comptroller for Economic Development, Brian Cook. The purpose of today's meeting, dated May 10, 2018, is for the Banking Commission to approve its fiscal year 2019 interest rate recommendations for early and late payment of real estate taxes. This meeting will be conducted pursuant to the rules of the Open Meetings Law. This means that members of the public have the right to attend, listen, and observe these proceedings, but they are not authorized to speak during the meeting. With that in mind, we would like to welcome the members of the public who have joined us today, and thank you for your cooperation. I will now call the roll. Laura Anglin, Mayor's Representative, New York City Deputy Mayor for Operations.
Present.
Brian Cook, Comptroller, Assistant Comptroller for Economic Development.
Present.
Karen Cassidy, DOF, Assistant Commissioner and Treasurer. Present. We have a quorum, and we can now conduct the business of the meeting. Acceptance of the November 30th, 2017 Banking Commission meeting minutes. The November 30th, 2017 Banking Commission meeting minutes have been circulated, and there were no previous comments. Are there any comments now?
No.
No.
Thank you. May I please have a motion to approve the minutes of the November 30th, 2017 Banking Commission meeting?
So moved.
Can someone please second the motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Fiscal year 2019 interest rate recommendation. Our next agenda item is the annual recommendation of interest rates for early and late payment of real estate taxes in fiscal year 2019. As required by Section 1519A of the New York City Charter and Section 11-224.1 of the Administrative Code, each year the Banking Commission is responsible for recommending these interest rates to the City Council no later than May 13. The Banking Commission recommends that the discount rate for the early payment of real estate taxes remain at 50 basis points, or 0.5%, which is unchanged from fiscal year 2018. There were a number of factors considered in making this recommendation, including the city's current liquidity, which is stable, prevailing interest rates, which are rising, discount rates offered by other municipalities, and the estimated administrative savings to the city from processing fewer property tax payments. The recommendation to remain the current level of discount is due to the inelasticity of taxpayers to changes in the discount rate, coupled with the increase in revenue from additional interest earned in early payments as a result of the rising interest rate environment. Fiscal year 19 penalty rate recommendation. The city's current 2018 penalty rates for the late payment of property taxes are 6% for properties with assessed values no more than $250,000 and 18% for properties with assessed values above $250,000. The Banking Commission recommends the following fiscal year 2019 penalty rates. 7% for the late payment of taxes for properties with assessed values no more than $250,000, an increase from 6% in fiscal year 2018, and 18% for the late payment of taxes for properties with assessed values greater than $250,000. There were a number of factors considered in making these recommendations, including the penalty rates charged by other comparable tax collectors across the country, interest rates charged for real estate secured consumer loans, and the current interest rate rising environment, which includes a 100 basis point increase over the past 15 months. Are there any questions regarding these interest rate recommendations?
No.
No.
If there's no further discussion, I will now read the 3 interest rate resolutions, and we will vote after I have completed each resolution. Resolution number 1, fiscal year 2019 early property tax payment discount rate recommendation. Whereas, pursuant to Section 1519A of the New York City Charter, the Banking Commission is required to recommend to the City Council no later than the 13th of May, the proposed discount rate for the early payment of real estate taxes. And whereas the economy is currently in a rising rate environment, there have been 4 incremental increases of 25 basis points, or a total of 100 basis points, in the federal funds rate range in the past 15 months by the Open Market Committee of the Federal Reserve Bank. Concurrently, on these 4 dates, December 2016 to March 2018, the prime rate increased from 3.75% to 4.75%, or a total of 100 basis points. And whereas the increase in interest rates has allowed the city to earn more income than it had previously on property taxes paid early. From April 2017 through March of 2018, New York City's quarterly average rates on its investments range from 1.08% to 1.70%, in comparison to fiscal year 2018 from 0.80% to 0.90%, an increase greater than 80%. And whereas the Banking Commission's impact analysis for fiscal year 2019 projects that this higher rate on investments will result in $17.85 million of interest earned on taxes collected early at a discount rate of 50 basis points, or 0.5%. This will offset estimates of foregone taxes in the amount of $11.4 million, discount given, plus foregone interest income on foregone taxes of $140,000, resulting in a net surplus in revenue to the city of $6.3 million. And whereas changes in the discount rate decreased from 1% in 2015 to 50 basis points, or 0.5%, in fiscal year 2016 through fiscal year 2018, it has little effect on the number of prepaid accounts or the amount of taxes collected early. The number of prepaid accounts has consistently remained at approximately 175,000, with a dollar value of approximately $2.4 billion. There was an increase in prepayments experienced in mid-fiscal year 2018 in December of 2017, consisting of approximately 27,000 accounts, totaling approximately $475 million, which was due entirely to the change in the Tax Jobs and Cuts Act of 2017, federal tax law. And whereas in a rising rate environment, the impact translates to a total positive impact for the city of $7.6 million. This consists of the aforementioned $6.3 million in net surplus revenue and an additional $1.3 million in administrative cost savings. If the Banking Commission were to increase the discount rate to 1%, this would have a $5.3 million negative impact on the city's net revenue. And whereas, while there is a higher increase in the returns on investments and increased investment income on taxes paid early, taxpayer behavior appears somewhat inelastic in response to changes in the discount rates. Furthermore, given the inelasticity, cash flow would not materially increase should the discount rate move above 50 basis points, or 0.5%. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Banking Commission recommends to the City Council that the discount rate for early payment of real estate taxes shall remain at 50 basis points, or 0.5% per annum for fiscal year 2019. And be it further resolved that said discount rate is to be offered only for that portion of the real estate tax that is paid before the due date. May I please have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Can someone please second the motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Resolution number 2, fiscal year 2019 late property tax payment interest rate recommendation for properties assessed no more than $250,000. Whereas pursuant to the New York City Administrative Code, Section 11-224.1, the Banking Commission is required to recommend to the City Council no later than the 13th of May the proposed interest rate to be charged for non-payment of taxes for properties with an assessed value not more than $250,000 or not more than $250,000 per residential unit for co-ops. And whereas the proposed interest rate shall be at least equal to the prevailing interest rate charged for commercial loans extended to prime borrowers by commercial banks operating in the city, the prime rate. And whereas the Banking Commission notes that as of May 10, 2018, said prime rate stands at 4.75% as published by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. And whereas it is the city's best interest to encourage the prompt payment of real estate taxes by all taxpayers, and whereas the overall trend is a rising rate environment, there have been 4 incremental increases of 25 basis points, or a total of 100 basis points, in the federal funds rate range in the past 15 months by the Open Market Committee of the Federal Reserve Bank. Concurrently on these 4 dates, December 2016 to March 2018, the prime rate increased 3.75 to 4.75, or a total of 100 basis points. And whereas increasing the penalty rate from 6% to 7% for assessed properties valued at no more than $250,000 will be consistent with the 100 basis point increase in interest rates that have been experienced in the past 2 years. Whereas while the remaining delinquent balance in quarterly pay for properties valued at no more than $250,000 increased 4.9% in 2017 and increased 1.8% in fiscal year 2018, it is not empirically conclusive that this increase is attributable only to the penalty rate being decreased in fiscal year 2017 from 9% to 6%. In fact, the delinquency rate on all New York City properties is very healthy at 9.52%, and for properties valued at no more than $250,000, this rate was even lower at 5.32%. Therefore, the Banking Commission's recommendation to increase the penalty rate from 6% to 7% is based solely on the interest rate environment, not on the delinquency behavior. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Banking Commission recommends to the City Council that the interest rate to be charged for non-payment of taxes on all properties with an assessed value not more than $250,000 or not more than $250,000 per residential unit for co-ops be set at 7% per annum for fiscal year 2019, an increase from 6% or 100 basis points, which is consistent with benchmark interest rates such as the Fed funds rate and the prime rate, which has increased 100 basis points since 2016. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Resolution number 3, fiscal year 2019 late property tax payment interest rate recommendation for properties assessed greater than $250,000. Whereas pursuant to the New York City Administrative Code, Section 11-224.1, the Banking Commission is required to recommend to the City Council, no later than the 13th day of May, the proposed interest rate to be charged for non-payment of taxes for properties with an assessed value of more than $250,000 or more than $250,000 per residential unit for co-ops, or where, irrespective of the assessed value, the parcel consists of vacant or unimproved land. Whereas said provisions of the Administrative Code require the Banking Commission to propose a rate at least 6 percentage points per annum greater than the prevailing interest rate charged for commercial loans extended to prime borrowers for commercial banks operating in the city, the prime rate. And whereas the Banking Commission notes for the record that as of May 10, 2018, said prime rate stands at 4.75% as published by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. And whereas it is in the city's best interest to encourage the prompt payment of real estate taxes by all large taxpayers, and whereas there is no compelling reason for the Banking Commission to either raise or lower the penalty rate in fiscal year 2019 for semi-annual taxpayers for property assessed at more than $250,000. The existing penalty rate of 18% resulted in a positive impact as delinquency did not rise but decreased. Now, and therefore, be it resolved, the Banking Commission recommends to the City Council that the interest rate to be charged for non-payment of real estate taxes where the assessed value of a property is more than $250,000 or more than $250,000 per residential unit for co-ops, or where, irrespective of the assessed value, the parcel consists of vacant or unimproved land, remain at 18% per annum for fiscal year 2019. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Other business items. Water and sewer. As a reminder, detailed in the Banking Commission resolution dated May 11, 2017, the Banking Commission had learned that the New York City Law Department had determined that the New York State Law Public Authorities Law, Section 1045-J5, preempted the administrative code provisions in sections 11-312C and 11-313E that require the Banking Commission to transmit recommendations to the City Council of proposed interest rates to be charged for non-payment of water and sewer rents. Section 1045J5 states that, and in quotes, water and sewer fees, rates, rents, or other charges, if not paid when due, shall bear interest at the same rate as unpaid real property taxes of the city. Therefore, the Banking Commission is no longer responsible for setting a water and sewer rate. Does anyone have any additional items to discuss before we conclude this meeting?
No.
Having completed the business of this meeting, can someone please make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Can someone please second the motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. This Banking Commission meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.